President Rodrigo Duterte has presented
Vice President Leni Robredo said that
presidential fourth runner and former Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.
the Commission on Elections, or COMELEC,
Employment in the Philippines declined by 6.4%.
Early registration for academic year 2022-2023.
Two suspects identified as members of the Basag Salamin crime group were arrested.
The Commission on Elections, the COMELEC, is set to send vote counting machines.
Singer actor Ronnie Liang has achieved another milestone in his life.
Bringing you the top stories for tonight, I am Alvin Pelobello.
and I'm Trisha Gatitos. Welcome to Eurotv News Tonight. Your news, our business.
Good evening, bringing you the top stories for tonight. My name is Alvin Pelobello. Welcome to Eurotv News Tonight. Your news, our business. For the headlines, the Department of Agriculture prepares a transition report for the incoming sector's chief, President-elect himself, Bongbong Marcos. Lawmakers commends Marcos' decision sitting as Agriculture's Department Chief. President-elect Bongbong Marcos to review the rice tariffication law. The Department of Energy warns fuel prices could reach 100 pesos per liter. And National Capital Region's COVID-19 cases may reach 1,000 cases per day, says Octa Research. Agriculture Secretary William Dar has welcomed the decision of President-elect Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. to head the sector. Dar said this is the brand of political will they are advocating, saying that Marcos has made a strategic decision giving the agriculture sector with utmost priority. The DA has prepared the transition report for the incoming DA Secretary Marcos himself. Dar has presented transition report, which includes plans to expand the agriculture and fisheries productivity, food mobilization from areas with oversupply towards places within needs of supply, and plan for food restructuring to combat the looming food security in the country. Several lawmakers have commended Marcos' decision to lead the Agriculture Department amid the looming food crisis in the Philippines. Senator Sonny Angara said this reflects the next administration's top priority, ensuring sustainable food despite the hike in prices of basic commodities outside the country. Angara likewise said that Marcos may possibly are still looking into someone who can successfully lead the sector. According to re-electionist or Senator-elect Chis Escudero, this could also lessen the red taping which involved the agency. Senator J.V. Ejercito has called Marcos' decision as good move, adding that President-elect Marcos is seriously taking on how to combat the looming food crisis in the country. Senator-elect Jingo Estrada also admires incoming president's move, as well as citing this is a good decision. Estrada added that this could also appointing himself as Secretary of the Agriculture sector. Another lawmaker is challenging Marcos' campaign to lower the rice price in the market down to 20 pesos per kilo. The TGP party list Jose Bong Teves Jr. have cited one of their major factors affecting food production is high demand of the production cost. With this, Teves wants to file a proposed bill seeking to subsidize the fertilizers and pesticides and asked to lessen the food importation, which affects the local food producers. Teves also wants to lower food production of farmers down to 6 pesos so that the proposed 20 pesos per kilo of rice in the market will be in hand of the consumers. On the other stories, President-elect Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. will review 10 billion pesos or 10 billion Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund, or the Republic Act 11203, otherwise known as the Rice Tariffication Law. Marcos said he wants to return 10 billion pesos to the farming community once proven that the rice tariffication law has reinvested an amount fund to local farmers. The incoming agriculture chief also wants to reinvest for our farmers by likewise providing mechanizations and post-harvest facilities. Marcos added that they will seek on how to boost the productivity in supporting farmers. Former Presidential Commission on Good Government or PCGG Commissioner Attorney Reynold Munsayak will now be sitting as a spokesperson of Vice President-elect Sara Duterte. Munsayak will replace Liloan Mayor Cristina Frasco, who is the incoming Secretary of the Department of Tourism. The camp of Duterte said that Vice President-elect and Munsayak were classmates in the law schools. Munsayak is also part of Duterte's Tapang at Malasakit founded in 2017 and 2021 when he resigned as PCGG Commissioner and acting chairman of the PCGG to help the Duterte on her campaign. Outgoing Sorsogon Governor and Senator-elect Cheese Escudero will be joining the Senate Majority Bloc in the 19th Congress. This confirmation follows Escudero's support to Senate Majority Leader Mig Subiri as the President of the Senate. In a message, Subiri has thanked Escudero for the support to his Senate presidency bid, likewise valuing his membership to the majority. Subiri, Escudero, and Senators Cynthia Villar and Sherwin Gatchalian were reported as possible contenders for the Senate's top post in the next Congress. Meanwhile, the Department of Energy has warned that pump prices of petroleum products could hit 100 pesos per liter. Energy Undersecretary Gerardo Erquiza said that fuel prices may possibly increase to 100 pesos per liter but insisted that this is unlikely to happen in the single weekly increase. Earlier today, oil companies have implemented price adjustment adding 80 cents per liter of gasoline, diesel by 3 pesos and 10 cents per liter, and kerosene with 1 pesos and 70 cents, marking its third straight week. The DOE has repeatedly called Malacanang Palace to amend the oil deregulation law. However, incoming President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. doesn't have any plan to suspend the excise taxes in the country.
You reduce the excise taxes, that does not necessarily help those who are most in need, yung talagang tinatamaan. Kasi blanket eh. So ang aking iniisip, kung sino yung mga kaagad na tinamaan. Example, yung lumabas kaagad, mga transport, yung mga nagpapasada, all of the tinamaan kaagad, i-focus natin muna sa kanila. If you
More stories up next as Eurotv News Tonight. We'll be right back.
Magsama-sama, magpabakuna, magsayawan, magpulidas na. Tayo'y magpabakuna. Let's spread the good vibes sa bayan. Tayo'y magsama-sama. Let's get back for good vibes, kababayan.
Let's bakuna na para sa pamilya at komunidad. Magpa-booster para sa todong proteksyon.
Magsama-sama, magpabakuna, magsayawan, magpulidas na. Tayo'y magpabakuna. Let's spread the good vibes sa bayan. Tayo'y magsama-sama. Let's get back for good vibes, kababayan.
Let's bakuna na para sa pamilya at komunidad. Magpa-booster para sa todong
The Department of the Interior and Local Government remains determined to the implementation of apprehending and arresting people who are not wearing face masks. DILG Undersecretary Martin Dino has made these remarks amid the existing law in the province of Cebu allowing people to use masks as an option. The news said they are still communicating with the local or provincial government of Cebu for ruling the face mask wearing. The ILG has emphasized that the interagency task force resolution remains as low as a threat of COVID-19 surge remains in the country.
Sisisi. Baka mamaya, pagka sumipa yan, hindi natin marireverse dahil buhay ng tao ang nakataya dyan. At siyempre, pinuulit ko, ang panlaban lang natin dyan ay bakuna. Of course, yung pagsusuot o yung health protocol, kamukha ng pagsusuot ng face mask, social distancing. Kaya hindi kami titigil, tuloy-tuloy yan at ang lahat ng barangay natin ay inaatasan natin na ipatupad itong lahat ng ipinagbabawal at pinag-uutos ng Interagency Task Force CCC.
Meanwhile, there is a possibility that COVID-19 cases in Metro Manila could reach 1,000 cases per day by the end of the month or early July, according to the independent research group OCTA. OCTA fellow Dr. Guido David has cited that the average daily cases or daily attack rate in the NCR could rise in the coming weeks, as well as projecting a peak in infection. On Monday, the Department of Health has confirmed that they are seeing the start of another peak in COVID-19 cases. OCTA researchers pointed out, alongside with the NCR, neighboring provinces of Cavite, Laguna, and Rizal, as well as Benguet and Iloilo, have also an increase in COVID-19 infections.
Tumataas yung bilang ng kaso. So yung 7-day average natin tumaas na 225. Yung positivity rate sa Metro Manila nasa 4% at yung reproduction number nasa 2.05. Ibig sabihin isang tao na may COVID, dalawang nahahawaan. So medyo bumibilis yung infection rate. Pero at this time, nananatili naman mababa pa yung healthcare utilization natin sa Metro Manila, nasa 22%. So hindi pa masyadong tumataas. So safe pa naman yung hospitals natin, USEC. So hindi naman tayo kailangan matakot, ma-alarma, pero syempre kailangan pag-iingat pa rin natin at personal responsibility.
On weather updates, the low pressure area has been closely monitored by the Philippine Weather Bureau Pag-asa. Pag-asa said the LPA was located at 140 kilometers east of Puerto Princesa, Palawan. The LPA was not likely to develop into tropical depression and won't hit any land areas in the country. With this, rains are expected over Palawan, entire Visayas region, Masbate, Sorsogon, and Romblon. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the rest of the country will experience rain showers in the afternoon and evening brought by the localized thunderstorms. For stories around the globe, Filipinos is among 7 people who have died in a road incident happened in the State Highway 1 south of Picton in New Zealand. According to the report of the West Coast Police, the car crash happened around or about 7:30 in the morning. The investigation is ongoing, says the authority, the deadliest to be considered in the South Islands in more than 2 decades. The Philippine Embassy in New Zealand has expressed condolences to the relatives of the victims. Featured in our sports news, the NBA 2021-2022 champ Golden State Warriors holds victory parade in San Francisco. Blue and red confetti rain from the sky, which symbolizes the Warriors' colors. Stephen Curry has proudly showed off his finals MVP trophy. More Filipino fans of the Warriors have joined the said event. For entertainment updates, Korean pop or K-pop boy band Tomorrow X Together will hold 2-day concert in the Philippines in October. This was confirmed by the K-pop band agency Big Hit Music and revealing the band's Asian tour. TXT will have an Asian Leg Act Love Series or SIC tour, which includes shows in Mall of Asia Arena on October 15 and 16. And those were the top stories for tonight. Thanks for having me. I'm Alvin Pelobello. You can visit our social media account, facebook.com/official Eurotv News for the latest and hottest update. Once again, this has been Eurotv News Tonight. Your news, our business.